All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect. To the elect men who are pushing this word in all truth and in sincerity, risking life and livelihood in so doing, especially in these days and times. All right. Shalom to the women and to the children who watch and who learn from these lessons. I'm going to start off with the scripture. Second Peter 2:6 says, if he condemned, and this is out of the NIV, all right. It says, if he condemned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah by burning them to ashes and made them an example of what is going to happen to the ungodly, and if he rescued Lot, a righteous man who was distressed by the depraved conduct of the lawless. All right. And that's going to be the title of this video. All right. Women's rosters, conduct and conduct of the lawless. All right. Something to that effect. I really don't have a title for this, but I'm going to go back to the KJV. All right. I'm going to play this video because recently here in Chicago, something that's very popular in the news was a story of these elementary school children attacking a parent, okay, and her children. You know, the woman apparently has sickle cell, and and some children jumped on her, okay, while she was taking her children to school. And ultimately, you had the community to rise up and to come to that woman's defense, okay. But here I'm going to play a video. Now I don't think that this is in Chicago, but this happens here in Chicago. It happens around the country in every black community, okay. And no one is at an uproar about this, men or women. You see when I see black men and women come together, you know, as they did for the woman who got jumped, you know, I know it's not out of the kindness of their heart. It's always a photo opportunity, okay? It's always a photo opportunity. Our people have become wicked as the wicked themselves, all right? As so-called white people. So let me play this.
It's all right. Yeah, I know it's loud out here, but you're safe with me here. There you go. Breathe, baby. We're going to get you warm. Hey. Hey, easy now. I got you, little one. It's all right. Yeah, I know it's loud out here, but you're safe with me here. There you go. Breathe, baby. We're going to get you warm. Hey. All right, easy now. I got you, little one.
Now, this is not, a photo op for this man. All right. This man, you know, says he was just about to pull the lever. Okay. Oh, they would write it in white. Said he was just about to pull the lever on the compactor. Then he heard a cry that didn't belong. Samuel has worked sanitation for 25 years. He's a veteran of the 5 a.m. shift, a man who thought he'd seen everything the city could throw his way. He and his partners were running their route on a cold morning, okay? And so, you had a black woman who had a baby and ultimately discarded her baby into the trash. Into the trash, all right? And this is a result of these women, because it's unthinkable. He was about to close the compactor, okay? He was about to close that thing that crushes. Can you imagine how he would have felt had he compacted the baby? And the woman, you see how heartless the black woman has become, okay? And not just her, because when I say black, I mean all of the tribe women. They all do the same shit, man. Okay, they have a roster, okay, a roster of men, and things don't go right, and this is the result. This is the result. A baby in the back of a garbage truck on a cold day. You see, man? This is that woman that you look at like she's just, priceless. Okay? Who you put on that pedestal. Okay? This is her heart. To throw this child into the garbage can, to be crushed. And this is a result of Esau Edom's mark, man. Okay? So in the KJV, go back to the same thing. Let's get another scripture. All right. 2 Peter 2:2 says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. All right. And Esau, the so-called white man, he's the leader in trying to matter of fact, it said this is where the Lord was crucified again. All right. This is where the Lord is crucified again here in the West, because they took away the austerity of Yahweh Shai. They assassinated him here in the West. okay, and replaced him with their own likeness, as it says in the Apocrypha. And in their likeness, they're PC, okay? Now you have a lot of PC Israelites, you know, uh, Israelite groups that are not teaching, Israelite groups that are not teaching the full doctrine, all right? Israelite groups that are not teaching the full doctrine. They're giving you uh, you know, a watered down version of the scriptures. Okay, they're telling you that you can participate and you know, and conduct your ministry just like it's a Baptist church, man. You know, it's no different from a Baptist or Pentecostal church. You know. So, hey, man, they're following their own pernicious ways. All right, following Esau. And so, what do people do? Okay, the people come up with, they come up with their own thing. Oh man, the white man, a man made that book. Especially these women. At the end of the day, these women they're done with the scriptures. They're done. Listen, these women are done with Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, these women are done with Yahweh Shai, man. That's why you men are going to have the ability to have 7 women that will take hold of you, because these women have totally given up on Yahweh Shai. Now there was a time where, but that, where they were kind of into the scriptures, but that was with white Jesus. Okay? That was with white Jesus. But now, uh, since these Israelite leaders and church leaders, you know, they're trying to come up with gimmicks to make money, gimmicks for people to enroll into their churches, okay, instead of coming with strong rebuke and reproof, all right, instead of coming with that, they're watering down the doctrine. And so ultimately, these people who were already weak in their faith, who are already not meant to be there, okay, they leave, and what do they say? Oh man, that's a man's book. A man wrote that book. You see, because the scriptures are, listen, this flesh wasn't meant to be disciplined. All right. So that's how you know that a man didn't write it, because a man is not going to write anything, all right, that has to do with him disciplining himself. Okay, if a man were to write something, he would write something for his indulgence in things, and not discipline in things. You see, the black woman, see, a lot of Israelite women, man, they were once in the truth, now they're no longer in the truth. Okay, and they're back and as worldly as things as they can be, because the discipline of this truth, it's a lot, and our people don't want discipline. And so ultimately, when someone doesn't want discipline, they rebel and become rebellious. And as the scripture says, rebellion is as witchcraft. Okay, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. And then you end up, okay, and through that rebellion and practice of witchcraft, the Lord just turns his back on you, and ultimately these babies are in a compactor in the dead of the cold. Little babies are attacking grown women and grown men. Okay? That's without discipline. That is under Esau Edom. That is what Esau Edom has brought into the world, who you ignorantly call the so-called white man and white woman. It's through them, okay? It's through them that makes this possible. But our people, scripture say our people, they uh, don't even consider. You don't even consider. You say you tell them the white man, they argue you down. That's because they're they're a part of this place. Tell them the white man is the white man. It's Esau, Edom's. We ultimately have by being in contact with this devil, no education. Okay, no proper education. We're not educated in the scriptures and according to who we are. So of course our people are lost, man. They're out there. They're told that they're black. So who told them that? Esau, Edom, at the end of the day, the so-called white man and white woman. Who has deprived our people of resources? The so-called white man and white woman, Esau, Edom. Okay? They stole the land here in America for their own. They stole us from Africa, okay, and didn't return anything in any form to help these people. And now they just sit back, like it's a shock, like it's a shock to them. But you Israelites who who are caught up in this, you Israelites who are caught up in this, you may say, hey, I don't, a woman told me it slipped out of her mouth. It slipped out of her mouth because she wanted to get to know who I was. At first she was trying, she wanted me to get the box, all right, and in her investigating me, through my phone number and I guess my name, she found out that I was a Hebrew Israelite, and so she didn't like that. She don't like that, all right. Which many people who get they just know that it has something to do with God, and they don't want God in their life because guess what? 2/3 of our people are on demon time. All right, they're on demon time. Okay, and so they have rousters. They're on demon time. All right. And this is the conversation that we have to deal with of the wicked on the daily basis. On the daily basis. All right. So we must endure. So verse says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of, and through covetousness, all right, shall they fiend words. I said, shall they with Salakia. Let me read that again. It says, and through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you. Okay, and and 2/3 of you, man, you know, you're just money. You're just money in the pocket. They bring you in, and you become money in the pocket for whatever lifestyle that they've imagined in their mind. All right. And the scripture says, man, the Lord would put a stumbling block. Because people would be like, well, if there's a God, well, then why he let them? Well, it's going to be a stumbling block because you people will not listen to the prophets. Y'all not listening to us. Y'all not paying attention to what's going on. Oh man, what do they know, man? They not flying around in a flying car like TD Snakes, like these other pastors. They don't got no shiny suits. Look at them. That's what they say about us. All right? But we understand that clearly that those things are of the world. And we clearly see through the scriptures that you've had greater things in the past, and those things have, they're here yesterday and they're, gone tomorrow. Okay, here today, gone tomorrow. Very quick. But this truth has endured. Okay, this truth has endured. So I'm gonna go to, let me read this same. Come on, no, come on, don't do it. Oh man, do the NLT. I want to make this quick, but I just see I touched something I didn't. Oh man, no, don't do that. Let me see. There it goes. Salakia. Oh man, it went back to that. Okay. So this is in the NLT. It says, in their greed, they will make up clever lies to get hold of your money. But Yahweh Shai condemned them long ago, and their destruction will not be delayed. So Esau is going to be destroyed along with the wicked of our people. the women with the rousters. Okay? What was the other thing I said, man? It's just so much wickedness, man. It's just, they're going to be destroyed, man. It seems like, you have to deal with it. You deal with them, but they're going to be destroyed. And it's not going to be delayed. It's going to be right on God's time. It says, verse 4 says, for Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai did not spare even the angels who sinned. All right? He threw them into hell, and it says hell here, but that's not hell. All right? That's not actual. Well, that's not the place that people call hell. What people think somewhere below the earth. Okay? That hell is these bodies we are in. These bodies that we are in, okay? They're hell, man. they're utter. These bodies that we're in, they're subject to sin, all right? Sickness and disease. Okay, once we had the spirit, the knowledge through Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, we once had the spirit to where we were immortal, could live forever. Okay? But that spirit was taken away. And so now, okay, that law, the laws of immortality of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, are not inside of us anymore. It's not in our DNA. Okay, now Esau, in his wickedness, he's trying to, one of his devices is trying to merge, okay, technology, okay, with human DNA to bring back, to try to bring back that ability, okay? But he's not going to be successful in his endeavor, okay? He's not going to be successful with that as he tries to merge man and machine, man and technology, okay, via RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. It says, in gloomy pits of darkness. Yeah, that's our bodies, all right? That's these lands that in modern times, those are these lands that we have been scattered in. They're pits of darkness. We didn't learn anything from the so-called white man. People, the white man wouldn't have never given you his book. Well, he didn't give us his book. All right? He didn't give us his book. It's the Spirit of the Lord that opened and broke the seals of the book. It was locked to the so-called white man. That's why he was taken away and adding to the scriptures. He had the slave Bible. All right. And these are facts that, we go over time and time again. It says where they are being held until the day of judgment. And we're here in Babylon, America. Brothers are overseas okay, in these bodies, but we're going through hell. You see?
It's all right. Yeah, I know it's loud out here, but you're safe with me here. There you go. Breathe, baby. We're going to get you warm.
See that? This baby? This baby is going through hell. Through hell. You don't, yeah, and so you have Israelite groups. They're teaching you. They're trying to teach contrary to the scriptures. They're teaching you that there's a place that when this baby, if he would have got crushed by that fucking compactor after being, uh, what would you call it? When the mother gets rid of the baby, okay? Discarded is a word, okay? Discarded. After being discarded from his mama, from the womb of his mother, after being discarded from her, put in a towel or whatever that the hell that is, and placed in the garbage can, in the cold, in the dead of winter, and almost crushed inside of a garbage truck, just snuffed out. That after going through that baby's going to go somewhere where he's going to go somewhere and be burning. Now he's going to go somewhere and be burning. No water, nothing, just, And this is what Israelites leadership that has ultimately sold out. That's what they want you to believe. Okay? Give me 1 second.
Trying to break it up, and truckers say in this lot, officers can just take their pick.
Nothing surprises me anymore. I've seen everything but Bigfoot at a truck stop,
Indianapolis trucker David Howington visits this truck stop every day along South Harding at 465, and he says the prostitutes were getting bolder by the day. Other truckers told police a 14-year-old girl has been among those working this truck stop, so officers tracked her down over the weekend. They say she denied being a part of it, but her 19-year-old sister, Jody Kinslow, went to jail. She's charged with trespassing, and police say she's been arrested for prostitution in the past. Even while our cameras were, truckers say it's been a daily and nightly thing. Teenagers going door to door, knocking on the doors, selling themselves truck to truck. Police spent the weekend trying to break it up, and truckers say in this lot, officers can just take their pick.
Nothing surprises me anymore. I've seen everything but Bigfoot at a truck stop,
Indianapolis trucker David Howington visits this truck stop every day along South Harding at 460.
You see the hell that we're in, and the result of the West. You see the results of the West, man. People talking about pedophiles. Hey, you don't have to be a damn pedophile, man. Hey, man, this is the lack of the knowledge of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You have little girls selling themselves, and man, I've been in the streets my whole life. I've never seen a rich hoe. Never seen a rich hoe, man. Never. Something that you will never see. I didn't see a UFO, but I've never seen a rich hoe. You know what these women do? They buy those wigs, they buy those eyelashes, okay? Buy them a nasty woman outfit, and these truckers, they're just going in them willy-nilly. These truckers don't give a damn. Think a trucker gives a damn, man? They're part of the problem, man. A lot of these truckers, man. No, they have no discipline, man, within themselves. But, I mean, can you blame them? A man he's on a road away from his family, and then got some pretty young thing rolls up, okay, at a truck stop, talking about give her $20. Hey. So when you see movies like the movie with Denzel, what was it called? The Book of Eli, all right? And you see that woman with the shopping cart, and I'm going to do another lesson right after this, all right? Because it's showing you that I just did a lesson yesterday. This economy is toast. It's cooked. It's cooked. These 14-year-olds, 12-year-olds, okay, 13-year-olds probably. They're not thinking about getting a education and making a job, a 9 to 5. They don't see that future. This is the future.
And he says the prostitutes were getting bolder by the day. Other truckers told police a 14-year-old girl has been among those working this truck stop, so officers tracked her down over the weekend. They say she denied being a part of it, but her 19-year-old...
So now you got AIDS and new shit that is just festering. Uncle Fester, Esau, man. Let me see something. That just popped up. Let me see. See, all you gotta do is just say it. The black woman is the face of it. Okay, she's the president of Rousters. All right, now Edomite woman could have came up with it, but the black woman, she's taking it over, and she's the most wicked. Okay, let me see if I. You see, the scripture. Let me get the scripture for you real quick. One second. I can't find it right now. But anyway, there's a scripture that pretty much says that Jake's deeds surpass the wicked, man. So let's see what they're talking about with the route.
I'm not gonna lie, women are funny. Women will be like, I don't have nobody, or ain't nobody talking to me, and they would have them a roster full. Women would have a roster full, and because you not the top 3, or you not that bookie butt that she really like, ain't nobody texting her. Women will have a man who's very persistent every day texting, and she be like, he lame, bro. I don't even really be entertaining him like that, but he's steady texting me. Like, the nigga steady on my line. Whoa. I mean, homegirl, you're giving him a little bit of attention. The thing is, y'all be like, well, I barely text him, but you text him. So in his mind, he has a chance. So if I continuously to show her that I'm interested in her, maybe one day this little bit would turn into more. Maybe.
You see how disgustingly retarded the black woman is, man? She's out of her goddamn mind, man. You see, that's why the black woman shouldn't be able to have liberty, man. Okay? You're dealing with a fucking man. She's talking about something. You got the ability to, and she's both, and the mindset of all of these women is wicked, man, corrupted. You don't want anything to do with a man. You don't talk to him, period. Period. You see? That's why, hey, the baby's in the garbage can, man. The baby's in the garbage can. Okay?
Turn into a hangout. But you really mad at Bookie, but the one that you like is inconsistent. He's doing whatever. He's hitting you up on his time. You really mad at him and you want him to be like Mr. Persistent. So because Mr. Persistent is not him, he lame. He's showing you, hey, by any means, I'm gonna show you.
See, brothers? Hey, and don't think because you're going to the gym to get in shape, man. These women don't give a fuck about shapes. Okay? The only shape that they want to see is a rectangular shape of that fucking dollar bill, man, so that they can look cute. Okay? Because these women are really ugly, man. A lot of them. That's what you don't see the black woman looking natural. She's ugly, man. And if you thirsty, and a lot of you, the thirsty Jake has actually, he's another problem, okay, with the truck drivers, man. Giving attention to any women, man, and that's what women outnumber men. You see, but man, I've seen men do some of the most simplest things, man. Okay, and that's why the Lord has to come and this it has to be a reset, man. Even Esau knows it has to be a reset, man. He's the weirdest of all, and he said, "Look, man, no, man, this has to be a reset. Has to be a reset." Okay, she's out of her mind, man. Look, her lips don't look like that naturally. That's not. She has a filter on and makeup on, man. These women get $200-300 makeup jobs, fake caked up with makeup, and still put on a filter. Okay.
That you get other niggas, like, you're not the only nigga I can pull. It's other men outside with a lot of more money than you. Like,
and this could be a here shit. Okay.
Baby, don't ever think this shit capital P over here, right? Can we normalize showing niggas that you get other niggas? Like, you're not the only nigga I can pull. It's other men outside with a lot of more money than you. Like, baby, don't ever think this shit capital P over here, right?
See, I told you, man. But see, some men, okay, they're not men, okay, because they were raised by her. They were raised by her, man. They were raised by her, so they have her morals, her standards. They, men. I've always said men who look at other men like, oh, that man looks good, or that man, he's competent. No, man, something's wrong with you, man. You get your mind right, man. Me, when I was growing up, man, me and all my homies, we knew that all men are ugly. Okay? All men are ugly. And if you're a woman and you're more uglier than a damn man, okay? And that's a damn shame. All right? You need to humble yourself. But see, that's why the fake hair, she's touching the hair, okay? That hair has no value. It's not hers. You know, I don't care how much they charged you for it. Okay? She's caked up with makeup, tatted, used and abused, man. Used and abused. But you know, Jake, you know, spend on that, man. You know, without even having a relationship with that man. Okay. Oh man. So I didn't want to spend this much time even on this video, even on this subject, but it's a popular subject. And the Lord is going to kill these women. These women are going to have HIV. All right. Which now they have a pill. So these women, you know, they don't care about getting HIV anymore. See, you that damn wicked ass demon. All right. Now he has a pill that he can issue out. All right. That'll block it. You know. The Lord is going to, he's going to snatch you women. He's going to snuff you out. You got Jakes out here pulling up. Okay. Just wicked, man. You know. Jake pulling up, deleting people sitting in cars. And people are like, oh, why they did get that woman? Yeah, that woman got a rouster, nigga. That woman has a rouster. So when a Jake pulls up and deletes her and the simp in the car, hey, good riddance, man. Good fucking riddance. So, you know, that's judgment. That's judgment as well, you know. You know, I don't, hear me clear. I didn't say any brother in this truth or in this faith should be deleting anything. All right. You know, but I'm just saying that is the judgment that lays for these women and for these simps, man. You know, man, I grill a hoe. Bitch, who you with? Bitch, be mad. You know, bitch, let me see your my chart. Ask a bitch for a my chart. A lot of you brothers just go up inside these women. Ask that bitch for a my chart. See if she still want to deal with you. All right? So, you know, you a lot of brothers, you're going to be victims. All right? And it's going to be what it is. All right? Again, you know, brothers have, you know, just like the apostles were examples, you know, unto us, you know, we are also examples unto you younger brothers. All right. And how to move, you know, cut those damn dreads out of your head. Okay. Get away from this worldly look, man. Okay. We're what's trending regardless. We don't need the world, man. You see her car and the side they're trying to appeal to the world. We don't need that, man. We're trending. Okay. We don't need to run to them. They're going to have to run to us. Okay. And that's scriptural, man. All right. But I'm not going to get it right now. There's something else I want to go to. So anyway, with that being said, Lord, when you edify, till next time, shalom.